Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, you will see 20 awesome bikes and their most daring and unexpected modifications. From caterpillar tracks to huge four-wheeled monsters. At the end of the video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the bell button gray so you will not miss the next episode. And let's go! Let's start with a mega futuristic bike with very conceptual Cyclone wheels. They are without spokes. These wheels operate on the principle of bearings and rotate only the top covering. They're often used for cool concept cars. In general, the origins of the creation of such wheels go back to the 1960s, and various auto, bike, and moto designers are still arguing about the advisability of using them. Another global advantage of such a bicycle is its intelligent control. In other words, it is a smart bicycle. It comes with an app that records your routes and is able to pinpoint the GPS location if the bike is stolen. It also warns you when your headlight batteries are about to run out. All information is transmitted to your phone or to a connected device. This crazy thing is the work of more than one day. Of course, it looks very funny, but once you imagine that every wooden part was sharpened, filed, and screwed by hand, you will feel a gigantic respect for the creator of this strange walking wooden bicycle. There are plenty of concepts of this kind on the internet, but everything that I saw before was created from metal, and the purchased bicycle was taken as the basis. Let's figure out where you can ride it. The speed of the vehicle is not that great. It is a little faster than the pensioner's promenade, so most likely it can't help you to cause a commotion only at some social event. The only thing is that it is loud, so its clicking and shuffling may disturb vacationers. "You shouldn't reinvent the wheel" is a phrase that is clearly not familiar to the creator of this triangular miracle. The design of the bicycle itself is very unusual. Please note that although the wheels appear to bounce, the frame and the rider do not bounce at all. The wheels have the shape of a Rulu triangle that means a curve of constant width. The frame is mounted on wheels and supported by rollers inside the wings. The video was recorded at the Burning Man Festival, where crazy cars, bicycles, and motorcycles are often presented. What I mean is that in ordinary life, it's difficult to imagine that you can ride such a dream boat to the nearest store to buy some bread. Most likely, such devices are created for festivals, exhibitions, or the Guinness Book of Records. By the way, as for the Book of Records, this is exactly what this giant was created for. The Belgian designer created the heaviest and largest bicycle, and most importantly, he was able to ride it. To tell the truth, I think it was a bit hard for him to pedal, as the weight of the vehicle was 860 kilograms. To set a record, the guy had to drive at least 100 meters. The 2.26 meter tall and 5.04 meter long bicycle was assembled from recycled materials. The guy clearly cares about the environment. By the way, it is mentioned about the creator of this bicycle that he has already invented many unusual items, so such a bike is not a big deal for him. Would you take a ride on it? It seems that having such a vehicle, you don't need to go to the gym at all. Street custom items always amaze the imagination, no matter if it is a bicycle, a motorcycle, or some clothing. Here, the guys took a children's bicycle as a basis, attached a so-called air suspension to it, installed a car tire on the back, and replaced the seats. Well, yes, they also did a great job with color. They made smooth color transitions from pink to purple, which look very cool. I'm not sure that this position is very comfortable to keep for a long time, but judging by the video, the guys like it. And here, you can see another crazy design. This is a triple-decker bike. A group of guys teamed up with a local brand that produces electric bicycles and created such a miracle. They made one of the tallest and longest electric bicycles in the world. It is difficult to call it one unit, since it is literally a bicycle pyramid. As a result, they got a 6-meter e-bike that can be ridden by up to 6 people. But of course, not one after another, as it would be almost normal and a bit boring. Instead, passengers sit on 3 floors in the shape of a pyramid. The guys even managed to ride it from their German headquarters to Tempelhofer Feld. When people talk about a 4-wheeled bicycle, they immediately imagine a small children's bicycle with a double wheel in front and a pair of wheels in the back, right? They just don't expect such a dreamboat with the wheels in a row, one after the other. It's a homemade electric monster with incredibly fat tires and a small tool cart on the back. By the way, if you put another bicycle saddle in the place of the cart, you will get an electric tandem. Remember when tandems were popular? No? Then I'm too old. Anyway, this is another homemade custom item. The guy probably made it for fun just to improve his abilities in assembling such things. Oh, those awesome college years! You bug out in a student park with a beautiful girl, and during the exam period, you work like crazy. But when it was warm, it was great. Anyway, the guys from the Netherlands Institute do not tend to play hooky, as they work hard during mechanical engineering laboratory classes. And this is what their work led to. Here's a two-wheeled Vel Mobile on huge axles, mounted parallel to each other. It's interesting to know that the guys sharpened every detail with their own hands. That is, they were engaged in production from the screw to the final result. By the way, for some reason, I think that if we bring this idea to perfection and install an electric drive and a steering wheel, then it can turn out to be a luxurious scooter for people with disabilities. Next in line is an incredible walking bike. It seems that everything has been combined here. A giant front wheel, a walking rear structure. Besides this, all was made of wood. Isn't it cool? This dream built was built by Jacksonville native named Ron, specifically for the crowdfunding festival. It was not by chance that Ron made his bike from wood. The man has been interested in making various useful and not so useful things from wood for many years. I wonder how much time it took him to create this bike. You can see the painstaking work, that every part is hand-turned, sanded, and screwed into place. I honestly admit that such works make me wildly envious in terms of the free time that these people have. Of course, the work is super cool. Considering the rear walking mechanism, the driver doesn't shake or wobble in the seat, although he sits quite high, which means that the creator calculated and assembled the bike perfectly, which is very cool. Now you can see a custom electric bike, or chopper. For the Harley fans, it will be interesting to know that the system has a power of 1440 watts. The central engine is installed on the rear wheel, and the wheel itself is 26 inches. The transmission has 14 speeds. There's a giant 8-inch shock absorber and a chassis taken from a bicycle from the 70s. And there's a huge wheel for the chain. The pedals are made with triple bearings, which provide you a smooth ride in case you decide to ride without a drive. The front wheel is even more massive. It is 29 inches. The frame itself and the wheel forks are made by hand. Aluminum was used in some places, and glass was used for decoration. The guy got really excited and even forged a small spider as a footrest. He's clearly a fan of his craft. He also made the leather seat. The gear shifting and control are mounted on the steering wheel, but the brake with a separate joystick is a little closer to the seat. Well, yes, the bike is also equipped with a smart controller to monitor battery performance. At some point, you can't even believe that this is handmade, as everything is done incredibly cool. Aren't you tired of being surprised? As for me, I'm now ready for anything, including this transparent bike. And if you think that this is the brainchild of a 3D printer, then no. These are the pieces of transparent plastic which were used to manually turn the details. It looks incredibly beautiful. The big question is how durable it is. But I think if you replace the wheels, it will last quite long, although the wheels may be used for long. Just look at the thickness of the plastic. Anyway, you should try to choose a smoother road. It is surprising that there is not a single metal part, no solders, no screws. Even the chain is assembled from transparent plastic links, and the result is simply amazing. This is another custom item that was made with someone's own hands. This time, this is an incredibly powerful electric bike with a car tire instead of a rear wheel. The guys didn't bother themselves with pedals and a chain. They simply installed a powerful battery under the seat and a speed controller on the steering wheel. By the way, the frame and main parts were welded and painted handedly. In general, the bike looks very interesting. The rear wheel is a big question, but it looks quite impressive. If we're talking about car wheels, let's see how two wheels can look like being in harmony. The car wheels are installed on the front and rear. A powerful electric battery is installed at the back. The frame and handlebars are removed from a regular bicycle, but they are well straightened and painted the same color. A controller is installed on the steering wheel, same as in an electric scooter. It will count the total number of kilometers as well as the speed, and it will show the battery charge level. In total, the bike has 3 speeds. With the first, you can accelerate up to 25 kilometers per hour, with the second from 25 to 35, and with the third from 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. By the way, in terms of acceleration, it mostly depends on the weight of the driver and the road surface. I mean, if you weigh 100 kilograms, it is extremely problematic to accelerate up to 50 going uphill, as the engine is also pulling the vehicle you are riding. So, the guys assembled a very cool electric bicycle that looks powerful and quite beautiful. Here's another example of a bicycle with car wheels. In this case, they made it with the pedals and didn't bother themselves with electricity. It's strange that they chose these bulky wheels. Now you can see how difficult it is for the guy to push off and carry this clunker. Honestly, it's more logical to make such a profile with an electric motor. Just swap them or something, or even choose something simpler for such a bike. Write in the comments whether you think it's advisable to use these wheels for such bicycles. I don't think that this creates any crazy cross-country ability or a comfortable ride. On the contrary, it seems to me that it is cumbersome, heavy, and absolutely unnecessary. This is a bicycle for lazy people. You will be surprised, but there are such bicycles in industrial production. They are called Ligarad or Recumbent. They are a unique type of bicycle that allows riders to lean forward while pedaling. They provide a comfortable and safe ride, which makes them a popular choice for cyclists with back pain, joint pain, or other physical limitations. You can take different positions, for example, as you can see in the video, and the opposite one, lying on your back. It is believed that this position provides better aerodynamics, which is a huge advantage in cycling. The lying position relieves the load on the spine and pelvic joints and puts less strain on the muscles of the legs and back. That is why people with injuries or illnesses choose such bicycles. This is an adult version of the tricycle. This is no longer custom, this is already a mass market. This is a 3-wheeled electric monster. Its double front wheel adopts the patented TFW technology and the balance system return construction, which makes the ride more stable and safe. The brake is located only at the front, and you can control it from the steering wheel. By the way, you don't have to buy a whole bike like this. The company offers the front wheels separately, so you can install a set of front wheels on your own bike. According to the manufacturer, this version of the bicycle is more stable and safe. Well, that's all guys. Share your impressions in the comments.